Welcome back to Engineering Inebriated, and today we're going to go over the University of Michigan's Organic Chemistry 2 Exam 2. And here is a very basic part of my study guide that just has things you just have to memorize basically off the top of your head and know how to apply them. There's obviously a lot more to this exam, but here are a few things that keep coming up that will get you definitely a few extra points. So BH3. When you use BH3 on a double bonded carbon, it'll anti-Markovnikov add, BH3 over H2O2 and NaOH. It will anti-Markovnikov add an alcohol. Usually also there's H2O in there. Then from there, you can substitute that with a halogen by using PBr3 to get Br on the end of that. Next, we're going to look at what R2CuLi does. So basically it adds R to double bonds. So when you apply that to the double bond there, you're going to get R. Another example of that, you apply 1, 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to go on to there when there's a carbonyl group involved. So just excess Grignard, it hits up that carbonyl group, adds on the R, then hits it up again, and then that just gets protonated by the workup. What CO2 does is when you have that Grignard reagent, you add it to CO2 with a workup, and that'll give you, this part's a carboxylic acid, but overall that'll give you like an ester kind of thing. So then from here we go to LiAlH4. We see this a lot, and just one thing to note is when you see something like this, it gets rid of the carbonyl groups entirely and just they're gone. So on that side where you have the amide, it just gets rid of the carbonyl group and you just have the nitrogen left. Then on this side, because we got two oxygens, one of them is just going to get reduced down to an alcohol. When you have an ester, it gets reduced down to an alcohol, and the other thing leaves, leaving you with just an alcohol there. So just recap on Jones from the last exam. What do you want to add into that to make that into that carboxylic acid? BH3 will give you the anti-Markovnikov with the H2O2, NaOH, and H2O. That'll give you the anti-Markovnikov alcohol addition, and then you can turn the alcohol into the carboxylic acid with the Jones reagents. Weinreb amides are interesting because when you throw an excess of Grignards at them, they only go to ketones. They do not continue to get Grignardized. And then when you throw LiAlH4 at them, they go to aldehydes. So, last thing I guess is a really brief overview of the Claisen reaction. Claisen. So, first things first, you got your deprotonation, you create your enolate, and then that attacks the carbons of the carbonyl group, adds on, electrons go back down, kick off the group, you have your addition there.